So technically, I'm in September. The full moon hasn't happened yet, and we're going to look into the future.
छाया आसमां में, देखो झूमता गगन।
Venus has kind of grown up because she's realized where she doesn't want to take risks. She's taken a good hard look at that. There she is, clearing the shadow zone. She is at 2854. You see her? Yeah, and what do you see that isn't too far away? This 2854 is technically 29 degrees, which is a critical degree, which means we would expect to hear something usually big, because anytime any planet hits the 28, 29 degree point, it's an intense point. The energy magnifies, it just becomes more pronounced in our lives, and Venus is our values. This can be money and this can be love. In Leo energy, again, people who are in power, people who were in power, there's a sense of regalness involved here. Like, I am king of the jungle, the lion, right? The Mufasa. I'm the ruler, I'm the authoritarian, I'm the dictator, whatever the hell. People who think they're above the law, right? We've got that kind of energy happening. Okay. And so Venus is here, and it's like, do I still value this? Now, is it just about politics? Is it just about rulers? Well, rulers is really pronounced here because a keyword for 29 degrees of Leo is ruler. Like, literally in the software, it is ruler, because Regulus, which is now at 0 degrees in Virgo right here. See this Regulus, REG, 0 degrees in Virgo. For so long, Regulus moves at such a slow pace. It's a fixed star in the sky, very slow. But for many, many years, it was at 27, 28, 29 degrees of Leo energy. And this is considered, Regulus is the royal star of Persia. It's great fame, great fortune. It's almost got like a military type of energy to it, right? Military. But a military like ruler, like I rule with an iron fist type of thing. Maybe iron fist was the bad thing to say, or not a great example, but it says, I'm at the top. I'm above you. I rule over you. Let them eat cake type of thing, right? So Venus is now kind of still focused on that Leo energy. So lots of things were going on with Leo energy, other than, if we think outside of rulerships, we can think of people who have a lot of money and power, because this is what this is: power and money and ruling, right? Those are people who are given a lot of power. And so Venus is thinking about her values. And is it worth dabbling? Is it worth gambling in certain ways that she used to, or in a certain particular person? Performers. Think of Vegas, the shows that go on in Vegas. So this can also be a bit of that Hollywood strike stuff going on as well. It can be that as well. Now that this retrograde is over, Venus has more information. She has the details, especially because Mercury, talking and communicating, look where Mercury is now. Mercury is now in the sign of let's compromise. Mercury is the news. It's thinking and talking and contracts, but super contracts, business contracts in the sign of Libra. This is lawyer energy. What is fair? What is equal? What is balance? Mercury is now here, and let's make a deal. We're going to sign on the dotted line. We need to have a contract. Let's compromise to make this work. And this was before, this was a few days earlier when Mercury got here. So by the time Venus gets to that 28 degrees, it's kind of good news, because Mercury being in Libra will lend to the right kind of communication, because Libra energy has a flair for diplomacy. It has the knack for being aware of what may irritate somebody or inflame somebody. She can communicate in a most harmonious way. Remember, Venus rules Libra. Venus rules Libra. And remember earlier, Venus and Mercury are siblings. They talk all the time. So this Venus over here has a direct line to this Mercury. Okay. And this Venus is about to go in to Virgo. Why does that matter? Well, Venus is the money and my values, and Virgo is the details. So when we talk about we need to write out a new contract, Venus going into Virgo and Mercury in Libra is how we can do that for sure. We're talking about the values. We're talking about this is where I can compromise and this is where I cannot compromise. This is where I can meet you halfway and this is where we will not budge. We value this. Venus going into the tasks, the routine, the job, and the details. Virgo, the details, the minutia, and saying, but lo and behold, wake up, look at this. You weren't aware of this, and I'm presenting this to you. And here we go. Mercury has the ability to express it and talk about it. And so this is a great lineup. Just by looking at these few things, a great lineup for things starting. The wheels of negotiations are definitely turning here. It's a recipe for a negotiation for sure. Obviously, when negotiations happen, most people say, "Oh, I didn't get everything I wanted." And that's the truth of it. That's how compromise works. Nobody gets everything that they wanted. That's what the word compromise means. I want to be clear. If you look right above, what do you see? You say Juno and Black Moon Lilith in Leo energy at 25, 25, 26, right? Yeah, they are right here. Venus has now split from Juno a little bit, but Black Moon Lilith and Juno are now riding together, which means whether there's a compromise, it's like Black Moon Lilith is going to make sure that this energy is either represented. So there might be a lot of ego. There might be a lot of theatrics and dramatics involved here because there's some more additional power when Black Moon Lilith joins Juno. Okay, so even though we've got this energy, which is about things being fair, there may be some drama involved in this for sure because of this energy right here. Black Moon Lilith is the part of our personalities that we don't want to see. You know, we kind of deny, "Oh, I'm not like that. No way." You know, and so there's a partnering up here. And Leo energy can be those people of power or people who think they're of power, or people who think they're above the law, and can be quite dramatic. These are creatives too. Think creative energy, Leo. Children, fun, joy, romance, and risk taking as well. Now, at this time, just on this particular day at this time, we've got the moon at 27 in Cancer. So this is definitely public energy. The moon is all about the public. It is family. It is home. It is strong feminine energy. And it's interesting that, you know, from our videos, the moon will take 2.5 days to travel through the sign of Cancer. And here she is in the sign of Cancer, getting near a critical degree. We've got the sun in Libra energy. You see that? Sun in Libra. Again, somebody who's in charge is the sun. The ability to compromise, to be the diplomat, to say, "Hey, I know this might not be exactly what you want, but can we meet somewhere in the middle?" There's a lot of energy supporting this. We even have Pallas Athena, who is the strategist, who's smart, who's thinking long term, and who is saying, "Okay, I got to figure this out for the long term because I don't want this short term thing. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. I need something that's going to be more long term so that I can get what I want." But at the same time, there's this, but we need to compromise energy. There's so much here. My only caution is there tends to be a control factor when we talk about Libran energy because it's, again, ruled by Venus and it's striving for perfection. But if everybody remembers, we all can't have exactly what we want. We really have to figure out what it is we absolutely cannot live without. We have to figure that out. We have to chisel that down and narrow it down. Now, Mars and the South Node are here together. South Node's at 25 degrees, 2458. South Node is lowering in numbers because that's the way it travels naturally. So by this time, look, Mars has already passed over the South Node. Mars can be a trigger, but because it was going to be touching on the South Node, it really does sort of activate that release. So it can, because this happened beforehand, that trigger, that Mars being conjunct the South Node can be just enough of a spark because again, Mars is debilitated. It is really more about let's figure this out. While Mars is in Libra, we have a greater opportunity, a greater potential to really hammer out the details and to figure out what it is that we are willing to bend on and how we can meet each other somewhere in the middle. Because when Mars goes into Scorpio, well, Mars is quite strong in Scorpio. In 7 days' time, this Mars will be in Scorpio. But do you see, like, when we consider all of this stuff, all of the conversations that had to be had, we can understand now the big picture. And that's not even talking about these two that I've put a lot of focus on, Jupiter and Uranus, our values and our values being shaken up and being disrupted, and us not being too certain because we realize what I valued yesterday, I don't value today. I have a new system of values now. And that was the whole point of Uranus, to shake up your values and to make you realize you may have had some stuff around that was outdated. Those were old values and they no longer are necessary or no longer are needed. And so it can be strong. It can be annoying. It has to do with the money and the values. It's Venus and Venus because Venus rules Taurus. So it's my values are over here. But then it's this Venus over here saying, but hey, wait a minute. I'm Venus in Libra. And this one's saying, well, wait a minute. I'm Venus in Taurus, damn it. Technology and inventions is Uranus energy. It is astrology. It is medicine. It is science. It is space. It is to go where no man has gone before. And our world does include AI now, folks. Like this is what it is. So if we're afraid of it, if we're screaming, if we're those people who are like, oh my God, it's bad, run for the hills. Anytime there's something new, people are always freaked out about this. Always. Try to keep things in perspective. I know it's difficult because things move so fast now. But the two Venuses dealing with the battle of values and lawyers and the ability to be diplomatic and fairness and equality and compromise. Libra energy is important. And Mars. I come back to Mars again because Mars is very willing to work things out. When Mars gets to Scorpio, Mars is not debilitated in Scorpio. Mars is strong in Scorpio. This is what Mars rules. This is Mars's home. Mars is going to be very confident in his home. Mars, when it's in Scorpio, is going to be more like, I am willing to fight you for that. You know, being over here in Taurus and then being over here in Libra, use this opportunity. Use this opportunity. You want to look to see where the Leo energy is in your chart. This Leo energy in this chart in the 12th house. So for you in your chart at home watching, take a look and see where is your Leo energy, because that is the where in your life you were trying to figure these things out, the values about this area of your life. How it was all going to come about would have been through the Leo energy. This is the where, and this is the Leo, right? It's Venus in Leo. My values based on fun, based on my individuality, based on some of my, well, creative abilities and the maybe some childlike fun and playtime in there. But drama, let's not forget the word drama. Do you value drama? Are you done with drama? Is drama where you draw the line where Venus says, I'm out because I can't stand the drama? So look it up in your chart, find out what house number. If you don't know and you need to know, if you don't know and you need a chart Or if you've got your chart and you still don't know, just comment below to me so I can help you figure that out. And we will figure this out together. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.